Alright, how's it going, everybody? Welcome in. Doing wonderful. Um, Today is a bit of an unscheduled stream, I would say, because keymailer was nice enough to give me a key to this game called Nostalgic Train. Big thanks to keymailer gifted me this game. Alright, so you're probably wondering, what is this game about? Well, you and me are the same. As we're about to find out what this game is about. Let's not waste any more time. I've already went to the options. I've already went to, got the, everything set up. Let's go. This has also a free mode, which you can just go around the world, just walk freely. But we gotta play the story mode first. Let's go. I'm floating within an eternal wrapping of darkness. Ooh. So I guess I have to press X to skip or get to the next dialogue. Oh yeah, I love this so much. Let me just take a moment and say, yeah, this is so amazing. How's it going, Yuki? Welcome in. I appreciate you stopping by, lurking. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. Could I just take a moment here and say, this is such a good feature that a developer actually took the time to add, is that the text doesn't, go away quickly or slow. Just give the player the choice to skip dialogue. That is so good. This world of obsidian black is as heavy as the ocean depth, burdened with a clinging viscosity. It presses down relentlessly, a freezing cold trying to crush my skin, my fingers, the inside of my eyes, my everything. And yet still I must reach up toward the heavens. I must escape from this prison into which I have been cast. But how? Interesting. Oh. There's noise in the background. Oh, well. Feels like I'm down in a deep slumber. My consciousness seems to be blending into this infinite vista of light. My entire body feels faintly warm. Is this going to be it for me? Is this my eternity? I realize a sound is now reaching, scratching deep inside of my ears. The sound of cicadas. To start with, it's only faint and distant. It swells like a wave rushing towards a crescendo before slipping away again. A little longer and it becomes clearer, more pronounced. An image swells up in my mind of trees filled with cicadas, each one desperately chirping away their brief slice of summer. In the same moment, warm and humid air bathes my entire body. It isn't unpleasant. Interesting. Feels clingy, sticky, like being enveloped in syrup. Such a warm and pleasant feeling. How are you doing, Brad? With a broom. How's it going, man? Welcome in, welcome in. Happy to see you, of course. The light all around me is so brilliant. I can't even open my eyes. Soon, however, I noticed dim patches, like clouds amid the brilliance. They dampen the light down. I raise my hand to try and block out the sun. This seems to make my surroundings easier to see. I also become more present, I guess? Present? Are you really happy to see me? I am! I truly am. I truly am, yes. It's good to have you here, my good sir, of course. So I guess it's spelled present of my body. I have hands, I have eyes, I have a body. Of course I do. And yet it still feels like some big revelation. I start to move my arms, bend my fingers, and confirm my body. The brilliant white all around me gradually calms down. Present. Okay. It means to know something will happen before it does. Oh. Thank you. I was struggling. So it's a prescient? Prescient? I suck at English. Kinda. Okay, that's actually much better. Good. As it does so, my awareness of self and my surroundings sharpens. Gradually, I find focus. Yes, I'm sitting down. English is horrible anyways. I agree with you. I agree. Sitting on a hard wooden bench, a vivid orange color has started to spread before my eyes. Above that brilliant strip, there's a dazzling blue sky, a summer sky spreading as far as the eye can see. I fix my gaze intently on the clouds suspended listlessly. That's a nice word. Hello? Hello. How are you doing? Hope you're doing good. Welcome, of course. Listless means you just came in and then you'll BRB. No worries, of course. Go get a plate. Listless means lacking energy. Well, as a non-native English speaker, I would say maybe listless means it's without a list. So, it's lacking a list. But yeah, it's lacking energy instead. I appreciate you teaching me that, Brad, as I don't think anybody fucking cares, you know, if I don't understand any word or I spell it wrong or right. Which is, hey, I don't blame anybody for that. I do appreciate that. I really do. Nothing means what you think it is true. True. And I realize that I'm sitting beneath some kind of roof. I slowly take a moment to look around. I'm still surrounded by the ongoing cacophony of cicadas. A dusty smell fills my nostrils. The odor of old wooden buildings. I know that this place is an old train station. Welcome back. Did you get a nice plate? I'm not annoying by being a glossary, right? No, no, you're not. You honestly not. I appreciate you doing that. Thank you. Fuck your rose tinted glasses of trains, planes are better? What? Tape. Oh, please continue. It's okay. I don't mind it, really. I don't mind it. How you doing, Dave? Good to see you, bro. As always. I think the music is a bit loud. I'm just trying to read that and then probably go and fix the audio in the settings. Sorry. There's even a train stopped at the platform. I can't see any people. I can't hear any talking. Hello, hello. Good to see you, my friend. I hope you're doing good, man. There is no wind, and it's like the clouds, the very air around me, is pinned in place. The inside of my head starts to throb. If this is a station, was I headed somewhere? If the train is here, maybe that means I just arrived. I regain all of my faculties at last. My surroundings coming into complete clarity. It might have just stopped raining because I see vapor rising from puddles on the ground. What was I doing here? I really have no clue. I really have no idea. I try to remember, to think back, but all I can see is the white-filled world from before. What happened to me? Why did I suddenly wake up here? Of all places. I look at my hands again, still puzzled, wondering if I have any possessions with me. No, I don't seem to have anything. What's up, Fung Sage? How are you doing, bro? Happy to see you. Happy to see everybody here. Thank you for taking the time to join me. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody. My name. Nothing. I don't even know that. My family. The house I grew up in. Nothing comes back. I look down at the pure white one-piece dress I'm wearing. A breeze suddenly blows past me, the air coming alive. The straw hat on my head is almost blown away, but I hold it down with one hand. Just like the sound of the cicada slowly worked its way into my body. Now something is slowly filling my body. A clicking sense of dread. I don't know where I live. Who am I? Even my name. What should I do? What's up, Dark Lion? How are you doing? The air coming. Mr. Dark Lion, thank you very much for joining me here. I appreciate you. How are you doing, my good sir? I read that. I wish there was a way I can go back into a previous dialogue, but looks like, hey. Is this game about you? It could be about me, yeah. I don't even know my name, that's why I'm the unknown. There has to be something. I woke up here, which means I must know this place. I need to look around and try to find a clue, a hint, a fragment of anything to jog my memory. Making lunch now. Anyone want something? I would only like a cup of coffee. My name is now Francine, I guess, right? Francine. Now that is an elegant name. I'll take it. Francis or Francine or Frederick. I found these names very, very, very cool in my opinion. In my opinion. Francesco, maybe, yeah. If I find people, if I talk to them, I'm sure to find someone who knows me. Something has happened to me and my memory has become muddled. That's all. I'll start by taking a look around the station. Having made that decision, I slowly stand up. R2, and the next place you can search will glow. Take a look around the station. Triangle to change option settings. Check the control. Okay. What, here? Oh, okay. Options. We'll go to sound. Just so you can, like, not have the audio, like, blasting through our ears. Did I say? No. I need to save that. There you go. So it tells me that I need to holy shit, the turning is not the speed that I want. Have that at maximum, man. Or at least much better. So it tells me to like see the oh. I don't have any recollection of the station name. Natsukiri. Why did I wake up here? What made me pass out? Interesting. So I guess the train doors are wide open, but there's no sign of the driver, conductor, or any passengers. The train is completely quiet, a slumbering metal giant. Maybe it will get underway soon, I guess. You do love the look of a train station a lot. I do too. Especially when there's a train station, especially when there's no people in the train station and you're alone. I don't know, just something very, very, lovely in that. I've already... Oh yeah, there's a lot of interactive parts. A small staff room for a small station. Looks like someone was working here recently. I can't see anyone now. Trains probably only depart infrequently. In such a small station. When the staff are on a break. So do you use when the staff is on a break, or do you use are with staff? Because you're talking to a group of people as staff. Maybe they all go away somewhere. So I guess there's a dialogue here. There's a public restroom here, and what appears to be using it. I don't need to either. Well, looks like we're not gonna go to the restrooms. How far do these tracks lead? Gandalf. I don't think there's anything more for me inside the station. I'll try heading out into town. Then I have a good idea. Stations always have a notice board right outside them. I should have a map and tourist information. Might be something there to trigger my memory. I decide to head outside. Take a look. So, oh, what did that say? I should look around the vicinity of the station a little longer. Okay. Well, we're heading to... Oh, this is how you run. Okay. So it wants me to go inside, like right here. Are we in Silent Hill? What? Oh, you want me to take the map first. Okay. There it is. Welcome to Natsukiri Town. Here's a brief description of the town and a map here. A quiet mountain stream, soothing beach, historical shrine, and a spread of nostalgic countryside scenery. There's some more stuff about some old mysterious legends. But overall, it seems like a pretty unremarkable countryside town. Is this really where I'm from? Yeah, I hope I can meet someone I know. I look around, but see no sign of any cars or people. Ah! I turn around and notice something promising. There's a shabby old bookstore across the road, and the door appears to be open. There might be someone inside. I should go over and take a look. So, bookstore. Okay. There's the bookstore. I call out a number of times. Oh, wait. Hello! I call out a number of times, projecting my voice to the back of the store. It does look a bit messy and dusty, I guess, which means that it was probably abandoned a while ago. Yeah. No matter the number of times I call, however, I get no sense of anyone actually being here. But no, that's not quite right. The old books are piled up. How do you spell this one? Haphazardly? Yeah. Haphazardly. Haphazardly? Oh. Well, I know what hazardly means, but what is hap? On the shelves and in cardboard boxes, the slightest tremble could set off. Oh, I could set. Oh. The slightest tremble could set off an avalanche of paper? Is this supposed to be off or of? In a messy manner, gotcha. Haphazardly. Yeah, I noticed. It's alright. The fan isn't turned on, but there's not much dust. There's a hand towel the owner was probably using. And the calendar has been ripped off recently. It's like someone might appear any moment. They could already be standing here. But I still don't hear any voices. It's like everyone has just evaporated into thin air. The only sound ringing out now is my footsteps. A fact that only makes me feel even more alone. I narrow my eyes to look in the interior and strain my eyes to hear, my ears to hear. There are posters here for things like the Natsukiri floating lanterns event and the summer festival. Maybe all the town folks are off getting ready for that? That thought helps me to calm down a little. A book catches my eye, and I flip through the pages. It almost feels like I'm just killing some time with a little free reading while I wait for my train. I almost expect the old bookstore owner to nonchalantly show up, grumbling about this not being a library, and then more passengers for this train would appear too. And this coincidental moment of abnormal silence would shatter into safety. I can make it through this, I'm sure. I can beat back the anxiety growing inside me. I take a moment to keep the tears from slipping from my eyes. Look over the titles of the books and magazines. One magazine catches my eye with a feature article called Spirited Away in Natsukiri. I will make this large, as I think enlarging the text that appears in the middle would actually make it much better for you and for me to read. Okay. So, this is actually much better. The text is actually much larger, easier to read as well. And since the game stops, I don't think this text appearing in a bigger way will distract anybody. The magazine seems to handle mysterious happenings and strange legends from around the world. There are some pretty bizarre articles, including about water goblins in Europe and incantations to change a person's fate. The pages are all yellow and look ready to fall apart. Someone must have picked it up because of the article about their hometown, eventually leading it to this graveyard for print. I used the contents page to find the article on Natsukiri and start to read it. At a glance, Natsukiri seems like any normal countryside town, but dig a little deeper to find persistent legends of people suddenly vanishing. While researching this article, we talked with the former principal of Natsukiri Elementary School, who wishes to remain anonymous, but is also a local historian who has tracked these legends himself. The legends of vanishings from Natsukiri, he told us, date back to when defeated soldiers first settled here during the Genpei period. Genpei? Children, old folks, adults, and even entire families can just vanish one day and never come back. People say they were taken by bandits or fell into the river. But what they really whisper about, what they really think is that the mysterious powers present in this place are to blame. Even today, parents still tell their children that they need to behave, or they might be spirited away. Or they might say, treat your parents right, treasure your friends, or everyone you care for might be spirited away instead of you. Do you want to be all alone, huh? Do you? What's even more interesting is that if one of the vanished gets very lucky, they actually can come back. A travel at the end of the Edo period was passing through the town and apparently met with just a vanishing. He vanished, but then, not long afterwards, he also came back. There's a record of this event from the start of the Meiji period. I hope I'm spelling it right. Of course, there's no way to confirm the truth of it today. The record states that the traveler was suddenly enveloped in a bright white light. I'll say that 10 times fast. And then awoke. His memory's gone. In this village. But with no one else here. When he awoke, he didn't even know who he was. He had no memory of even coming back to this place. There were fires in the fire pits and tools out in the fields, like people had just been here, been there. But he was unable to see a single soul, unable to find anyone at all. He desperately searched the deserted village for any clues to get back to the real world. So we have disappeared too, huh? Maybe. It sounds like this person just woke up out of nowhere to the station, came to the town, and he doesn't see anybody. It's just interesting. Unable to find anyone at all, he desperately searched. Oh, I already read this. We are fucked. I hope not. This is purely conjecture on my part, dear reader, but it sounds like these vanishings in Natsukiri involve individuals somehow finding their way into an overlapping parallel dimension where they can share the same space as other people but not see them. In any case, the former principal continued his story. The traveler desperately searched for a way back into the world he came from. After walking the entire village from corner to corner, pillar to post, he happened to notice a faintly shining object. Something down on the ground was glowing like a ball of light. He gingerly reached out for it, and when his fingers made contact, he saw a glimpse of someone in the real world. Memories and feelings connected to the person flowed into him. This part is pretty vague, but it seems like that touching something and imparting a strong intent into it allows some kind of message to be transmitted to the real world, triggering someone on that side to also remember the person who had vanished. The truly frightening thing here is that just as the one who vanishes loses their memory, the people in the real world also rapidly start to lose their memories of the person who has vanished. So it was through the use of an item, some media that connected the two worlds, that they remember each other. In the blink of an eye. I think it's supposed to be in a blink of an eye. In a blink of an eye, the traveler was back in his original world, like he had never vanished at all. The world just blinked around him, and before he knew, he was standing on a hill by the river, right around where Natsukiri Elementary School now stands. And that's where the record ends. The records end. Every account from the principal, the author of the article goes on to provide his own theories. There's also a selection of illustrations and photos intended to more to perturb the reader than elucidate them. I hardly even see the images anyway. Surrounded in a white light, not even knowing where you are? Not a child. A chill cascades down my entire body. My legs are trembling, preventing me from moving. When I started reading, I thought the people of the town were the ones who had vanished. But now it sounds like I'm the one who's been whisked away from my original world. This all seems too similar to be a coincidence, but such a thing really possible? It could be some elaborate, well put together prank, or I might just be having some kind of extended dream. That still sounds more likely to me. A child cat. I a chill casking. A child casking Jason from Heavy Rain, aka my favorite son. Yep. He's still my favorite son. And he's still dead. I feel sweat running down my back. I blink my eyes over and over to see if that makes any difference. Thinking how stupid this is, I take my cheek and arm and pinch them hard. Not only do I fail to awaken, but the pain in my cheek and fingers, the clammy feeling of my skin, the nail marks left in my arm, all these things only heighten the feeling of reality around me. The person from the past in this article made it back. That means I still have a chance. On the reverse of that, however, there might have also been people who were completely forgotten and vanished forever. Could I maybe meet people like that in this world? Or have I been cast into my own solitary world with no one else here at all? Am I fated to vanish without any idea who I am? With everyone who knows me also forgetting my existence? Gripped by that fear, I vow to somehow get myself back. I remember this article. The traveler returned in the area around the grounds of the elementary school. If I go over there, I might find further clues. I look around. Then I recall the map on the station notice board. The elementary school should be up the hill after turning right from leaving the bookstore. Okay, so I go out and then turn right. I should head in that direction while keeping an eye all around me. Those white sparkles I've been seeing seems to suggest a link between this world and the one I've left behind. They also seem to be the only clues that I'm going to get at the moment. I need to head to the school. Let's go to the school. So they told me to go right. And then... Can I read these signs? So... Oh, there you go. This seems like a school, right? It says that this shrine was built during the Kamakura period. The people who moved to this area during the time experienced various disasters and strange phenomena that created this shrine in order to quell the powers responsible. Oh! Well, we're not going to go to the shrine. We will go to the school. This is the elementary school. I can see a light from the direction of the school itself. I should head towards it. Where is the light? Is it from inside? Is it possible to go in? No. Where are the... interaction points. So I can't enter. It doesn't seem like I can. Jump, crouch. I can crouch. Search mode. Display viewpoint of the train. Display menu. Really? No. Well, I am in the school, but seems to be nothing that I can interact with. Something was mentioned about a light. I do not understand. So, stand here. What light? Can I trigger this again? Look, the dialogue again. No, the dialogue is gone, actually. As I don't know what to do here. Is there a way to look... Oh! There you go. There's an interaction point. I reach out for a life preserver. Half buried, half hidden in the school grass. Maybe a child playing down on the riverbed forgot to take it home. It's semi-deflated and would normally be easily overlooked. But it's also glowing with a mysterious light, and I sense instinctually, that's a little bit, tricky to pronounce, that it has some connection with the real world. My fingers touch it. Ooh. The instant they do so, a wave of white light washes over my entire body. Everything instantly turns completely white. I hear people talking, distant, their voices warped. This is the other world I'm seeing? A scene from the real world? Doesn't feel real to me, though. My body isn't there. I reach out with my arms, but there's no reaction. Completely. This is what sounds like something Wesker would say, to be honest. The scenery, smells, sounds, and memories of people, everything is flowing into me from the life preserver in my hands. The sound of the river is rushing loudly. Just a moment ago, the river was flowing peacefully alongside the school grounds. If it doesn't feel real, then you're not human. Maybe I'm not human. How's it going, Pro Gamer? Welcome in. Lovely to see you here, as always. I hope you are doing fantastic, my good sir. Now the water changes to a mud mixed brown and swept by a viscous torrent. The air is thick with the smell of moisture. How are you doing, King Pro Gamer? Hope you're doing good, of course. Happy Tuesday. The sky is covered with roiling black clouds. There's almost no rain actually falling, but the ground is little more than a mudslide. It seems heavy rain, has caused the river to rapidly rise. Help! I hear the cry, so faint, almost completely drowned out by the churning? Churning? I'm not sure. Not heavy cheeks. Oh no, not cheeks, damn it. Churning. Okay. Chain. Okay, so churning. That's a new word for me. churning of the water. Upriver, close to the base of the falls, I see a small black head bobbing up and down amid the writhing brown torrent. Oh boy, this quote. The child can't have long left, being swept along at incredible speed. And the next instant, right at my side, I hear small footfalls, desperately splashing towards me through the mud. A body who happened to be in the school grounds has noticed the imminent tragedy and comes running over. He fixes his eye on the drowning child, but for a few moments more, the second child still does nothing, seemingly frozen in place. So churning means like shaking violently. Oh, okay, alright. Shaking violently. Gotcha. Thank you. I appreciate you actually taking the time and actually put up with my inadequacy when it comes to the English language. Thank you, Brad. Thank you. A boy who happened to be in the school grounds has noticed the imminent tragedy and comes running over. Wait, I've already actually read that. Oops. I can see his legs and limbs trembling. Ever so slightly, his eyes are wide open. But he doesn't know what to do. He seems unable to do anything other than watch the child drown. This muddy torrent is no place for another child, after all. He won't be able to make a difference, even if he does jump in. The child shakes his head a few times, trying to push down his fear. Then he looks around. He finds a life preserver at one side of the school grounds, maybe forgotten by someone, maybe blown there by the wind. It's the same object that I'm holding. You love explaining words? It's your calling? Well, feel free really to explain any words that I seem to not know what they are or just don't know what they are. Feel free. I actually love that. You want to see a game like Resi in Until Dawn style? Like making choices? It could be actually something. It could be something that actually is very, very viable in the near future. Maybe they will have a just a Resi game that is non-canon, so you could literally just make all the different choices. I think Dark Side Chronicles has this type of thing, and I think that Operation Raccoon City as well has this type of choices thing. You can either choose to assassinate Leon, or you can choose to preserve Leon and go against your orders. It's actually something like that. But Resi has always been a game, the not the spin-offs, but the main entry series has always been that, oh, you don't get to do the choices, we do the choices for you. You know what I mean? This, of course, broke when Resi 7 happened. You can actually choose to get a good ending or a bad ending in Resi 7. But that's Resi, of course. Here, it would be so nice to see. Yeah, you are correct. What I'm seeing here is the memory of this world as it relates to this life preserver. The child thinks for a moment longer, but then he makes his decision. Dashing forward with the life preserver in hand, he slips down the bank towards the river. I guess you can hear that in the background, right? That's alright. Even if he can't swim, even with all the mud, that preserver should keep him from drowning. That preserver... Wait. Is it preserver? Preserver. Yeah, preserver. There you go. Okay. I was hoping that I wasn't reading it wrong all this time. Okay. That preserver should allow him to save the child. Maybe that's what he's thinking. He slides down a riverbank from the school grounds and leaps into the brown water. But the volume of water is just too great, and its surface too roiling, shaking violently. No, wait. Roiling is something else. Churning is shaking violently. Both children are tossed like dry leaves. They bob up, then sink down again, with no sign of them drawing closer together. It only takes moments for them both to be swept away downstream. If they reach the ocean, there's surely no hope for them to be saved. At the bridge downstream, adults have noticed the drowning children and are starting a commotion. It starts with a woman on the bridge as she sends up a cry. She might be the mother of the first of the drowning children. Oh no. She calls a name over and over, crouching down while clutching her head. Then I see a second adult, a man, rushing over the bridge. He has a hat and nightstick, allowing me to identify him as a policeman. He gives his hat to the woman, then jumps over the bridge, railing and into the water. Okay. He begins the same bobbing and sinking, and for a moment I think the mudslide will take him too. But he doesn't let his wet, clinging clothes hold him back, and he gradually takes a command of the mud. While struggling through the current, he makes progress towards the first of the drowning children. In moments, he has grabbed the children firmly with his hand, and then starts swimming back towards the bank. Sorry. It all happens so quickly. I search around desperately for the other boy who jumped in. Even with the life preserver, he's completely unable to exert any control. Just when I think he's in the clear, his body is smashed into a rock, and his head takes a hard knock. Oh god. The life preserver slips completely off his body, and he vanishes into the torrent of mud. All this happens in the same moment the policeman reaches the bank with the first child. All the attention of the adults is fixed on that boy, the first one who fell into the water. Everyone runs over to him. Everyone is worried about him. I search again for the boy who's still in the water, hoping for him to rise up again. But now he's well past the location of the policeman. His looks like nothing more than a scrap of tattered clothing far away in the mud. He's washed out to the sea without anyone noticing. That is sad. The memories that follow these events are flowing to me. Night falls. Without anyone realizing, the second boy jumped into the river, and without realizing, he failed in the attempt. The villagers are caught up in taking the first child to the hospital and shoring up the damage to the roads caused by the landslides. It takes more than half a day for the adults to realize another child is missing. The full-scale search only begins after darkness falls, the clouds clearing, and a cold moon shining down. I was gonna read that as something else. Time continues in resolute, regulated march with no sign of the boy. No one saw him drown, after all. The morning light beautifully illuminates the village, and the people start to murmur about another vanishing. Uh-oh, more. When his when his cold body is finally discovered washed up on the beach. Oh, that's too much. My eyes burn with sadness. I squeeze my eyelids tightly, then look up. I find myself looking at the same quiet river that was originally here. I'm back in my empty, private world. Everything I just saw was a memory of the real world, transmitted through the life preserver. I can't see anyone in this world I've wandered into. But I can witness scenes from the original world by contact with objects strongly tied to memories of that place. I look intently at the life preserver in my hands. The magazine article said that finding something which connects the two worlds is the key to returning home. This life preserver could be one such link to the real world. But it's also the reason why such a terrible thing happened to that boy. Even if he hadn't jumped in, the first boy would still have been saved. I wonder if I can't stop the boy from acting and so prevent this tragedy from ever occurring. By, for example, hiding this life preserver. I hear a sound mixed in with wind. I hear a sound mixed in with the wind and the river. Something I haven't heard here until now. A man-made noise. The sound of the railway crossing. This is the first sound I've had of anything working. Does that mean the train is running now? Might provide a way for me to get back home? With the life preserver still in my hand, I decide to head back to the station. Well, let's go back to the station. The game feels like it's running in 30 FPS, but it's man-made ass. Oh, we hear the train. It's on. I'm coming. I'd hope someone might be here. Then I might have to return to my own world, but the place is as deserted as before. There's still no staff, and no people waiting for the train, but the crossing continues to chime, and the doors of the train stand open. They seem to be inviting me inside, ready to depart at any moment. Mark my words, there will be nobody driving the train. I might be driving the train. With the life preserver in my hand, I board the train as though inevitably sucked inside. You are correct, Brat. Nobody's driving the train. Nobody. There's no conductor. There's nobody here. And there's nobody here. Who is driving this train? We are still going. We are still going. Well, at least we can look at the scenes, right? We can look outside. Never mind. It's dark in here. Ah, damn. Oh my god. Flashbang! Flashbang! Jesus. Am I back in the same town? That's what I thought, bit. I'm back in the same town, it seems to be. It's like I never left. Ooh. What? Well, I wonder what kind of strange development is this? Without anyone else showing their face, the train started up like magic and then returned to the same station from which it departed. There still isn't anyone here. I hear the waves in the distance, the unchanging chorus of the hiccup of the cicadas. I suddenly feel pain in my fingers. I'm gripping the life preserver so hard that my hands feel cold. The joints of my fingers highlighted white. I look around. Everything is still so quiet. Something I can't exactly explain. Something about the air of the place also feels very different. Is this the same world as before? It almost feels like the train has taken me to a new one, seemingly identical to the last one, but also different in some vital way. I'm drawn out of the train and back towards the school. Well, I know where the school is, and there's no like anything here, so I can just go. There's the school. Life preserver. Is it gonna be a different story now? I stand at the same spot, and scenes from the real world flow into me once again. The river becomes a roiling torrent of mud once again. The drowning child cries out for help, splashing through a mudslide of a riverbank. The second child arrives and hesitates, unsure what to do. Everything is the same as my first time experiencing this. He quickly collects himself and starts looking around, looking for anything he could use, something like a life preserver, but this time he doesn't find it. Because we have the life preserver and we took it. Taking it on the train with me has made it vanish. The sound of the boy in the river shouting, "Help me!" reaches the ears of the boy on the bank. There's clearly a violent struggle inside his small body as to whether he should just throw himself anyway, even if it means almost certain death. But without the life preserver to bolster his courage, the boy is unable to do anything. His body is too small to hope he can survive that turn. He covers his ears with both hands and crouches down on the spot, closing his eyes tightly and looking downward. It's almost as if, faced with his world in which a child is drowning in front of his eyes, he wishes to be able to vanish from it, escape from his inability to do anything. A moment later, however, the adults downriver take up their same shouting. A child! A child is drowning! Things after that play out the same as before. The policeman throws off his jacket, jumps in without a second thought, and brings the drowning child to the bank. I breathe a sigh of relief. It looks like no one got hurt this time. I press my hand to my chest. Then I look at the second boy, his heart about to be crushed as he desperately tries to escape this world. You've been saved too? I want to tell him. You and the drowning boy, both of you, there's nothing for you to worry about now. The boy still hasn't moved. It's still crouching in the same position. Before too long, more adults arrive in the school grounds. They shout in panic, asking where the drowning child is. Once they can see downriver, they realize the policeman has already completed the rescue and relax. Then they notice the boy covering his ears and crouching on the ground. The adults look at each other, and the move, and then move towards him. Okay. Puzzlement on their faces. Hey kid, what do you think you're doing here? One of them, a middle-aged, angrily asks the boy angrily. The other adults all start to take up the same accusatory tone. Uh-oh. Were you just watching as Masaki drowned? Is that it? So the drowning boy's name is Masaki. The other adults also surround the second boy and berate him. Poor kid? He was literally crying because he couldn't help the other kid. You could have at least started shouting, raised the alarm. You're lucky that policeman noticed and was able to save him. If it had taken any longer, the poor boy would have been swept out to the sea. The others take up the same chant, belittling, I guess, the boy who was unable to do anything. It's cruel for them to demand a child to make such a decision under such intense circumstances. Not to mention, in the other world that I saw before, he did bravely try to save the boy and drowned as a result. I get angry at this attitude from the adults. Masaki is the son of the president of the big department store chain. If something happens to him, it would be terrible for all of us. Right. Hey, enough of this. We need to get over to the policeman and help get Masaki to the hospital. If we don't pitch it, we'll be noticed later for sure. The adults dismiss the second boy for now and move quickly away. It seems the boy in the river is something of a big deal around here. Even so, the attitude of those adults is terrible, giving no thought to the poor boy at all. I look at him intently, still seething with anger myself at how they treated him. To be honest with you, I would also be angry if like adults berate a child like that. It would be horrible, and I would hate it too. He still has his ears covered. For his part, looking downward, I can't tell if he's crying. Impotent tears. Impotent? Interesting. Or still just squeezing his eyes shut and hoping to escape this world. The child slowly fades from view. Then I start to hear the voices of a larger number of students. The sky is now blue and clear. The children are sitting on the dry ground, all lined up, listening to the principal talk. For a moment, I think maybe my vanishing has ended, and I've been returned to the real world. But that isn't the case. Scenes from the real world are just flowing into me again. I try to touch the child, but I can't. That's not good wording. Mr. Smokey Show, how are you doing? Good afternoon to you. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I hope you are doing wonderful, my good sir. Their voices still sound like they are reverberating from far away. The principal stands in front of them and clears his throat. His face is the same as the photo of the man I saw in the magazine article about the disappearances. Although his hair is a little darker and fuller, in the magazine it has said former principal. You're doing good. That is just good to hear. That is wonderful to hear. I hope everybody is doing wonderful. I'm seeing him from a time when he was still the actual principal. Feels like connections with all sorts of time periods from Natsugiri past as flowing into me. The principal starts talking. There's a child standing at his side. It's Masaki, the boy who was in the river. I thought that life or death experience might have rattled him, but he actually looks pretty pleased with himself. Like he's there to get a medal or something. Morning assemblies like these are probably normally pretty boring affairs for the kids. But after the excitement of the near drowning, everyone is paying close attention to what's being said. The principal explains how dangerous the river is when it is swollen. He praises the bravery of the policemen. He comments on how important the lives of each and every child is. The lives of each and every child are. Okay. How they are unique in the whole wide world. There you go. Irreplaceable if lost. He finally emphasizes that if any of them were to see someone drowning, they should immediately start shouting and get some help from some adults. He looks over the students, taking in each and every one of their faces. Masaki, standing at the principal's side, also looks from face to face, nodding as he does so. Then I notice one boy sitting at the back with his face buried in his knees. Oh, that's the boy from the riverbank. He's the one who suffered the most as a result of all this. The morning assembly ends that there's a short break before lessons. Everyone runs over to surround Masaki and starts asking questions. Was it terrible? Was it terribly frightening? Did his parents cry? Masaki still seems pretty full of himself, looking over them like some kind of conquering hero. He boasts about his return to life, saying he is confident he can face any further troubles life might throw at him, completely ignoring the fact that he was weeping like a baby when the police saved him. What a boy. I'm getting a feeling for the state of relationship at the school. This Masaki kid is the child of a local celebrity. Even if he's actually a bit of a coward and a crybaby, this is a small countryside. Maybe the power and influence of his parents allow him to use the other kids like his personal henchmen. The attitude is causing him to lose sight of himself. Even if the kids around him have started to see what's happening, their parents have probably told them not to be rude to him. Some of the kids might really see him as their leader. And I turned my attention to the second boy, the boy who covered his ears and tried to escape from the world. The other students are still all miling around Masaki, saying how incredible it is that he survived that muddy torrent, and how there was at least one coward who watched the whole thing without calling for help, throwing some shade on the second boy in a roundabout way. Horrible. The boy in question stands up, saying nothing to anyone, and walks over to the far side of the grounds, as though he can't hear any of the chatter around him. He has to be pretending, of course, that he stands at the spot where he was Masaki in the river, where he saw Masaki in the river. The life preserver is there, returned by me. He looks at it with an odd expression, then it suddenly grabs it with both hands and picks it up. Perhaps a powerful feeling that he can't express in words is rising up inside him, or perhaps images from an unseen other world. He gives a shout and throws the life preserver into the river. A few people nearly look around, but most of them are heading unaware back to the school. The life preserver is caught by the wind and doesn't even reach the river, rolling and tumbling away across the river bank. There are tears pouring from the eyes of the boy. One kind-looking girl notices him and moves over, but he quickly drives her off. Every part of his body, every mannerism shouts, "Leave me alone!" At that point, the memories of the real world fade away again, and I'm left in an empty Nasukiri again. I look down at the life preserver, dirty, half buried on the riverbed. I wait for a while, but no new scenes or visions come to me. I want to pick up the life preserver again and think about everything I've seen and everything that's happened to me. I need to get down to the riverbed. Yes, we have to go down now to the riverbed. Alright, let's continue. Man, this game has a lot of reading. A lot of fucking reading. I pick up the life preserver again, it had rolled down the riverbed after being thrown down there from the school grounds by the boy. I think over the scenes from the real world that I saw surrounding this life preserver and the actions I took with it. I sprinted. No, I spirited, not sprinted. I spirited the life preserver away for a start. That saved the boy who was going to drown. That had to be a good thing. Of course, the boy who was saved then had no idea of the tragedy he had survived and ended up suffering considerable mental anguish as a result. Oh God. It seems like a fact that I used this object to influence the real world, but my hopes of returning home had not been fulfilled. I can't even be sure that I'm doing the same thing as the traveler from the magazine. Is this the way to get back to reality? Thank you for the hydrate, dear. My throat is very dry. Jesus, from all this reading. I've never read this like this in my entire life. Whew. I can't even be sure that I'm doing the same thing as the traveler from the magazine. Is this the way to get back to reality? There was the strange light that appeared from the life preserver and the train. Even without words, some kind of mysterious power feels like it's been guiding me. Look who we have here. Look who we have here indeed. How you doing, Twitch janitor? It's Commander TJ. Oh my God! He's insane! How you doing, Twitch janitor? Lovely to see you as always. As always, of course. Whew. The results may not have been perfect, but I saved a boy's life. That must count for something. Something is connecting me to the real world. I have no idea who might want this or why. Why someone might want to show me these Natsukiri memory fragments. The article said that the traveler returned when someone in the real world remembered them. So maybe I need to find these connections, watch these Natsukiri memory fragments, and find a moment where our memories overlap. That seems a little vague, but attempting it also feels like my only choice. And I sense another light. Off in the distance, something is shining on the other side of the river. Maybe the next item will be the one to connect my memories with those from home. With that hope in my heart, I head out again. Alright. Big hug. I reflect that sometimes. Big hugs to you too, Mr. Janitor. Twitch Janitor. It might be worse to be forgotten than to forget something in myself. It is true, though. Especially if the entire world is the one doing the forgetting. Oh dear. That's one of my biggest fears. Actually, is this. Okay. Natsukiri memory fragment 1 complete. Oh! Memory fragment 1 is complete. Okay, okay. Well, they did say something about the other side of the... Oh! I could walk. Well, of course I can. So, I guess go up here, right? I'm sorry, I forgot. What did we complete? We completed the first memory fragment. What was the first memory fragment? It's the drowning boy! And it's the other boy who tried to save him. You're so silly, my man. You are so silly. I'm not sure where to go. Up here? Wait, so you forgot what you just said? Bruh. How can you forget already? What you mean? Fucking hell, Dave. Where do I go? Well, they did say that we have... there is another memory fragment that I need to see from the other side of the river, but I'm like legit on the uphill now. Hope I'm going somewhere. Hope I'm going somewhere. I'm not just wandering around. Nice house. I'm on the train tracks. No. This is a bit odd, where if I look a little bit to the right, these things appear, but when I look left, they just disappear. So, okay, that's a little bit odd, yeah. Weird. Get your ass back, and then see what else did you forget. So they told me to go to the other side of the river, and that's it. So I guess I have to find the other clue from there. No, not the train tracks. Go back. Go back, go back. Probably this house over there? Well, the thing is going over there. Does anyone even see something? Oh. It was actually right here. Wow. A white glob of something is bobbling between the stones of the gently flowing river. I crouch down and pick it up. Amid the warm summer air, paper dampened by the cool water sticks to my fingers. The water damage means I can hardly read any of it. It seems like a mixture of different papers. The part I can read looks like a plane ticket. The destination is somewhere overseas. Someone was trying to leave the country. So, why is there a ticket? An expensive and important item down here in the river? Was it even used? In the same moment, I'm surrounded by white light again, and the real world comes back into view. I'm inside an old house with majestic beams across the ceiling. Slap! The sound of a hand on a cheek rings out. Oh boy. That's it! I'm finished with you. A young girl who still looks in her teens is pressing her hand down her cheek and glaring at an elderly man. It could be her grandfather. No, more like her father. His face is bright red and he's breathing hard in anger. At the side there's a young man sitting in a suit. His eyes are round in surprise at the father suddenly hitting his daughter, frozen in place in surprise. What is this game? This game is about a person who thinks that he has vanished from real world and is now in a town that has no one else in it. So every time he touches something, he gets glances of another world, another dimension, they say. Then he gets those memories. Which I'm reading now, one of them. I hope that made sense, because I have no idea what I just said. I'll never allow this, said the old man. Is thin and doesn't look in good condition. He's breathing hard, struggling to overwhelm the young girl. Hearing the commotion, the neighbors have also started to gather. Hey, what's going on here? Hitting your daughter? Have you finally lost it, old-timer? They come into the house with the mud from the fields still on their shoes, grabbing the old man and holding him back. Yukiko, are you okay? Yukiko is still holding her cheek, tears in her eyes. So the daughter's name is Yukiko. Evening, Mr. Vadim. Where did you reach in RE4 remake? RE4? RE2 remake. Good evening, my good sir. I hope you're just chilling out from streaming, of course, because I know how streaming, I know how you feel after stream. That's what I was gonna say. Come, join us. This game has a lot of reading, and I swear to God, for the past hour and a half, I've been reading more than I've read any book in my life. Mr. Cheap Effects, welcome in. I saw you on the other channel, of course. Happy to see you here again, my man. Hope you're doing wonderful. Effects! They come into the house with the mud from the fields still on their shoes, grabbing the old man and holding him back. Oh wait, I've already actually read this, oops. But luckily her father doesn't seem that strong. She stands up and goes over to grab her bag from a corner of the room. I'm never coming back here again. This is the last time we'll ever see each other. With that, she runs out. With the sound of the door slamming closed, my awareness returns to my body. It seems this ticket is involved in the dispute between that old father and his daughter. Something about her trying to leave home. I cling to the wet paper, but nothing else comes to me. I'll look around, see if there's anything else that might provide a link to the real world. This ticket was washed down the river and got caught between these rocks. That means it had come from upriver. There's a spot where you can look down over the waterfall, up the steps in front of me. Maybe it fell from up there. I need to do it. I need to... Shit. I need to take a look. There you go. So, it did say that it came from uphill, so... Any houses, I guess? Because the river goes here, so it could have been coming in from somewhere here, right? No, I can't. Bless ya! Thank you. It does look quite nice, yeah. It's very peaceful. It's very the reading part of this game is the main focus. You have to read to know the story. You have to read what's the text on the screen. Oh, here's our next point. There's more paper here, half buried in the dirt. Pick it up. There's another piece of a plane ticket. That's not all. There are other scraps of the paper here. I picked them up, tried to jigsaw them back together. It takes me a moment to work out what I'm looking at. A portrait nearly drawn in pencil. I close my eyes and think of the person drawn there. And the light spreads around me again. By the way, is the game audio good? Or should I lower the music? Is it too distracting? Compared to my voice, of course. Let me know. I think I read this, I think. Yeah, I read this. This time it's just the father from before. He's standing up here, looking out over the waterfall. He has the ticket and the pencil drawing in his hand. The picture is a young, beautiful woman. She looks like the girl from before the previous vision, but perhaps a little older? The face of her sister, then, or perhaps her mother. The man looks at it intently, held in his dry and wrinkled hand, and then he scrunches it up. Then he rips them up using both hands and throws the scraps towards the waterfall. They flutter down like beautiful butterflies. He stands there a while longer, as though in a daze. He finally comes up and heads off back towards this house, his house, his feet dragging behind him. I wonder at the power of his emotions, that they could make him want to crush the dreams of his daughter. Is it purely response to not wanting her to leave? I should follow after him. He heads off, straight down the path. That's where the memory ends. I'll have to follow and look for further clues along the path. So now the father walked up there, I think. Or is it here? I would think it's here. I would think it's somewhere here. Right? I'd like to say that the sensitivity of this game is very, very slow, even with sensitivity at mask. Nothing? Nothing? Am I taking the wrong way again? Please tell me not. Are there any narrators like Kermit or Arnold? Well, that's for you to. That's for you to decide. Yep, I think I took a wrong turn. No. There you go. There you go. That's how you change the narration is by there you go. The redeems are there for a reason, you know. You want to hear any of the chosen redeems, of course. Go ahead. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh boy. So he told me to follow. Oh. Nope. Nope. I went up there. It's like, what the hell? I see the black of the man again. It continues along this path. Oh, that's it? Well, there's your redeem. It's that quick, and it's only one text. One dialogue that I'm gonna read per redeem. Uh-oh. You force on. You gotta run to Lil before it closes? Oh yeah, it's 8 p.m. Yeah, you can go. You got this. Uh-oh. To a janitor. Little brother. I see you, little brother. Well, Orsian wants the Arnold voice. Well, you're gonna get the Arnold voice. How are you doing, Forcian? Happy Tuesday to you, and happy Tuesday to everybody else in here. Hope you're all doing, hope you're all doing wonderful. Hope you're all having a splendid time, of course. There you go.
I can see the mind of the old man. He's seething with anger, beset by sadness.
Well, that's it. These things have never been short. And now they're like literally 2 lines and that's it. Well. I'm sorry. If the game knows, well. Oh well. There's this. Oh, god damn.
Well, this is strange. I can't see the old man any longer. Although I'm pretty sure.
Wait, that's not even a cowboy accent. Well, that's strange. I can see the old man any longer. I'm pretty sure that this is not his house. This ain't going down to the world if I can't follow him to follow his memories. Focus, gosh darn it. I repent that to myself. What, repent? That's repeat. I repeat that to myself. Closing my eyes and straining to my other senses. Over here! Over here! I think I hear voices from that direction. I look towards the ocean and see a faint light. I should head over there and see what it is. There you go. Oh God. Any bad guys in this game besides mosquitoes? The only bad guy in this game is reading. That's my nemesis. Like, you make me read, I'm like, oh. Well, any more redeems? Wait, I think they're all on cooldown now. Oh well. I hear a man's voice, murmuring gently. The voice of a young woman replies, a little shy, a little playful. Oh, there it is. A man in his mid-20s, dressed in a perfectly maintained suit, is talking with a young woman. Just the two I already saw. Back at her father's house. The man is sitting close to the girl named Yukiko, with his arm casually wrapped around her shoulders. Read in janitor's voice? I need to hear janitor's voice too before I can read with it. He only speaks hype emote. that is actually true, you know. That is actually true. So how do I speak in hype emote? I don't know, just endless screaming? He has glasses with sparkling silver rims and beautifully styled hair that remains completely in place even beneath the blazing sun. His skin is a little pale, making his white teeth pop when he smiles. Oh! She seems open to the kindness. She's showing her cheeks gently flush as they talk. Now, which cheeks is she showing? It's a little sus, you know. And I'm a man with a dirty mind. What the hell? Anyways. Hey, think of it like this. This side of the tracks is the world that you grew up in. A place filled with strange, unpleasant memories, all the things that could hold you back. But you've obtained wings, beautiful wings, the wings of talent. Hey, Rob, how are you doing? I hope you are chilling. You're being cozy. Hoping for your mom, of course, to feel better soon. You know. This is like a bad romance novel. Oh. Yeah. I guess. Oh well. I like the music here. They did very wonderful, by the way. Wait, did I already read? I think I already read this. I was like, literally, I was like, did I read this or not? I need to keep. I need to keep track, for fuck's sake. There you go. Oh, please. I wouldn't call myself talented. I'm telling you the truth. Was there a single soul who didn't praise your winning entry in the art exhibit? But even if you have such beautiful wings, they're meaningless. if you don't know how to fly. That's what I need. Yeah! Once you know how to fly, you can easily leave this dusty old world behind and cross the other side. Cross the oceans, cross the skies, and live the life that you want, Yukiko. My board are ready to sign off on supporting your studies overseas. I'm here to teach you how to fly. That's all. There's nothing for you to be worried about. Yo, late night, what's up? How you doing, General? Hope you're doing good. Welcome in, boss. Appreciate the hydrate, of course. Oh. So this girl is a talented artist, and the man is here from some organization that wants to support her studying overseas. But I'm worried. Worried about what? What could you ever need to worry about? With me here alongside you. I'll help you to convince your father. You'll see. Flap the wings! Now that's a flap the wings emote. There you go. Need to invade the shop? No worries, of course. The stream will be on, so no funny business. No worries, you do you, of course, Mr. Janitor. Warhammer, sleep. Oh, I'm alright. Yeah, today's been actually good. And no really any complaints. That's chilling. Why is the PS5 Pro gonna be 700 euros like Sony? Please nobody buy it with that price. The thing is, Pro Gamer, it's $700 US dollars. It's 700 pounds, and it's 800 euros. It's cheaper in America than it is in the whole of Europe. Mind-boggling. I have no idea. I don't know. That doesn't add up as well. Yeah, that's what I said. How is it cheaper, literally, in America, but very fucking expensive? 100 euros more expensive than it is in America. Explain to me, Sony. I maybe it could be economy, it could be something. I have no idea. I don't know. I really don't know. It could be just how this world is fucked up with inflation. I don't know. It doesn't add up. I have no idea as well. Late night. I have really had no idea. For the rich people only. And the thing is that Sony is wanting $700, 800 euros for a machine that will probably not be supported or bought by a lot of people. And that will probably add more time for the developers to develop things, while the PS4 is still a thing. Let me tell you, the amount of people that still game on a PS4 is mind-boggling. Sony, you need to first make people migrate from PS4 to PS5. Then you start upgrading on the PS5. It's like people like play the recent Call of Duty game on a PS4 still. It's because there's no point of just upgrading. Stupid thing is probably made in China also. I don't know what Sony's doing. Sony like fucked up when it came to Concord. That Concord is now closed and everybody got a refund. That's over $100 million of money Sony spent on a game that died literally in 2 weeks. It'll be like Xbox, and it sounds like that, yeah. high price, then it dropped. It will drop because, well, I don't think anybody's gonna buy it except for those really, really wealthy people. Probably people will buy it just so they can actually showcase, hey, look, it's the PS5 Pro. What's the difference? Well, yeah. So now, let me just tell you. You as a developer, as a AAA developer, okay, you're gonna have to develop games for the PC, for the PS4, for the PS4 Pro, for the PS5, for the PS5 Pro, for the Xbox Series S, for the Xbox Series X, for the Xbox One, for the Xbox, for the Xbox One S. It's like you have to optimize your fucking game to a lot of fucking consoles. Jesus Christ. Yeah. You're still good with playing PS4 games? If the PS4 is still good, why would you not want to play them on it? It's like Sony was tasked to force people to upgrade from PS4 to PS5, and they have failed with that. Now they're gonna lose money, and then I don't know what's gonna happen. Anyways, we'll talk about that in a bit. I pick up the rest of the situation from more fragments of their conversation. It seems she submitted papers stating her guardian approval to the organization that wishes to sponsor her, but only by forgetting her father's signature. This man has now come to try and help her explain the situation. It's more than that, though. Something deeper. I've always had my place in life pushed onto me. That's been the only place I've had to just fly away from all of that. Like you say, that doesn't feel like me at all. Don't forget the new one coming out, the unreasonable Xbox 57 Super PS6 built-in Tesla. Oh my god. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what they do. Is that Miss Miranda versus? Holy shit. Hey Miranda, how are you doing? First time chatter. Long time familiar face, of course. How are you doing, Miranda? Shout outs to Miss Miranda, by the way. She is a great Tomb Raider player. I have no idea why she suffers in Tomb Raider 1, playing it in New Game Plus. No loads, no meds, all secret, pistol only. Crazy lady. It's all going good, of course. Just chilling out here. Playing this game that was kindly given to me by Keymailer. But how are you? How has your Tuesday been? There you go. All these consoles use custom AMD 64 Radeon. Porting should never have been easier. It's the optimizing process. Jesus Christ. Just getting over being sick. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Hopefully, of course, you get better soon. You know, stay warm. Drink plenty of fluid. Soup works as well, you know. Sure, soup works as well. Well, I hope, I know that's your husband CJ is already taking care of you. Kudos to you, CJ. Yeah, I hope you feel much, much better soon. Oh, yeah. Is it like 10:30 a.m. for you? Because I think the time difference between us is like it's like very large. Cut it early and been taking medicine. That's good to hear. 9:35 a.m. It's 8:35 p.m. for me. 11-hour difference. Jesus, that's a lot. Oh, good morning to you. Of course. Yeah, that's good to hear. Hope you feel much better when you get back on the streaming grinding. Yeah, if you want to sit back, of course, just chill, take it easy. I know, I understand. You're welcome. We're just playing this game. It's talking about a story and that there's a lot of reading about it, and my voice is gone from reading. Yeah. I don't think I've read this. No, I did read this. Here you go. So she starts to explain everything. Her father suffered a great deal when he was younger, losing his family in the war, and finally got married later than most people. Yukiko was his only daughter, a girl late in his life. She had lost her mother at a young age. My mother always seemed so fragile, but she knew, thinking back, was somehow aware of the impending end of her life. I have memories of her worrying about whether her husband and daughter would be able to carry on without her. Worries not from a financial perspective, but a mental one. I think now that maybe those are false memories, though, created as I observed my father become more difficult after her passing and become harsher on me. Watching his suffering was harder for me than her death itself. The fear that caring for me was placing a burden on my father cast a long shadow on my young heart. He was sad that she was gone, but didn't seem happy at all that I was still alive. Maybe I was unconsciously aware of that. Once, when something sad happened and I was crying, my father called out my mother's name, muttering to himself, asking why she was gone. I was always treated as less, handled as less than my mother, the woman who could never return. As I become a teenager, my father became even harder to handle, even more isolated, and I talked with him less and less. He would get angry or complain at me, purely driven by his own personal feelings. He didn't feel at all like he considered me to be his daughter, like he had any place for me in his life at all. The only person he could truly accept in his heart, in all this wide world, was my mother, the one person who was no longer here. He had no interactions with our neighbors. I started to think of him as a weak, pathetic human being. After school each day, I wanted to spend as little time in the house with him as possible. I would take my sketchbook and go out alone to the beach, into the woods, and start drawing. I especially love it around here, along this path leading down to the ocean. I might have found some friends to play with, but there was something lonely about me, just like my father. Until my third year of high school, I would only really sketch scenery. Then, one day, I wanted to hold on to my fading images of my mother's face, and so I drew her in pencil. That's the piece that won the prize. I drew it to escape from the place I was being forced into. So it's strange to suddenly be told that I do have wings. That I can finally be free. The girl finishes speaking, looking down at her own 2 feet. The man listens quietly to her entire story and then tells her again that she had nothing to worry about. Everything is going to be fine. The girl turns her head, embarrassed. After you've gone over, I'm going to be coming right away on business. We will see each other again almost immediately. He casually places his hand on her own. At those words, her expression brightens immeasurably, and she looks up at the man. They spend a minute in silence, and then the man speaks again. For today, let's explain the whole study abroad, the process to your father. Then we will have him meet with the board in Tokyo. And after that, you will just have to wait for your departure date. All the hassle, all the red tape, all the money, we'll handle everything. You don't need to worry. The man checks his watch and suggests they get back to the house. They walk away together. I watch them go and see a light beyond them. That same house again. I should go and see what happens next. Which house? That house, isn't it? Right? It's not a house. House? Goose? Ah, there you go. There's the house. Not it. There's more paper on the veranda? Is that how you spell it? Veranda? Pronounce it even. Next to it is what looks like that girl's bag. The paper is a plain ticket, as I expected, but not yet ripped up. Upon noticing these things, the same kind of scene fills my head. What I saw when I picked up the ripped ticket on the riverbed. The father, daughter, and the same young man all sitting around a table in a tatami-floored room. This seems to be just before the girl was slapped, stormed out. The relationship between the two is clearly strained, with tension humming in the air as they avoid any talk beyond anything absolutely necessary. You're going overseas without even consulting me? You haven't even graduated high school yet. I can't allow this. His daughter... How do you pronounce this? Obstinately? I don't know what that word means. Sorry. States she will leave as soon as she graduates. What have you ever done for me as my father? Why do you get to arrogantly oppose my dreams now? Her words are sharp, as though unleashing all of her pent-up disappointment with her father. Her expression says she's only imparting something that's already been decided, and her father should have no further say. On the table there are copies of her entry documents for an overseas art school, her plane tickets, and all sorts of materials showing how far this idea has come. It's clearly far more than just a pipe dream. So OB Sta nut nutly. There you go. Obstinately. There you go. Jesus Christ, that's so hard to pronounce. His daughter makes her final proclamation. She's going into Tokyo to meet with the people setting up her study overseas. The old man grabs his daughter's hand. Please, at least stay under the anniversary of your mother's death. I have my own future all ahead of me, but all you ever talk about is mother. You're cold to everyone, unloved by anyone. Just live in your loneliness with your memories of a dead woman. Oh God. You know how you would say Rob? Just remove the R for the first part. Ow. Up. Gotcha. Thank you. Thank you for correcting me. I sometimes make mistakes and don't know what to say. This daughter is horrible. That's when the old man raises his hand against his daughter. She deserved it. The neighbors rush in the commotion just like before. The daughters grab her bag and dashes out of the house, heading towards the station, her shoes not even on properly. The man gives a quick bow to the father and heads out after her. The father watches them leave in stunned silence. Alone again, he stands and takes a seat. Letter from the back of a drawer. On the envelope it says, Dear Yukiko, congratulations on your high school graduation. Your loving mother. That's good to hear, Dave. That's good to hear. I mean, that you've been busy with your girlfriend. That's good to hear. You know. A letter for her daughter that she left before she passed away. Is this how everything I love must leave me? The old man mutters to himself in the dark room. He looks down at the documents and then notices something on the ground. A piece of paper. Her ticket for the flight overseas. Uh-oh, she forgot it. It seems she dropped it. And her hurry to grab her bag and rush out of the house. And there's the picture that her daughter drew of her mother. Her father picks it up and looks at it for a while. Having seemingly made up his mind, he leaves the house and heads for the falls. After watching him go, the scenery blurs and fades. I think it's over. But then a different scene appears before me. The girl is crying, looking at her father with anger seething in her eyes. Just before her departure, she's discovered the pieces of the plane ticket. Why? Why would you do this? She stands up and quietly leaves the house, looking shell-shocked and hollow. It's time for the train to Tokyo to depart. She can't make it for a plane now. If she had found out about this sooner, if she had a little more knowledge about how these things work, she might have been able to resolve the issue. But she doesn't seem to have the capacity for such rational thought at the moment. She's depressed, dejected, and nothing more. Dejected, I'd never heard of it. Rejected, yes. But dejected? Her father lets her go. Huh. Welcome back, Vadim, of course. Yeah, welcome back from. You said you're gonna come back from the shop. Hello, hello. Her father lets her go, his expression completely unchanging, with no hint of what he's thinking. Oh? Where do I go now? There was no hint on where to go next. Low spirit, depressed is what dejected means. Gotcha. So it is actually a word. Dejected. I honestly learned like 4 new words here. Or even 5. Like I never knew that dejected is actually a word. Thank you, Mr. Dave. Much appreciated. Where to go now? Train tracks, maybe? I can't go back here. The only thing that was mentioned was the train tracks. They're just saying the press kind of already says dejected. Just saying depressed is enough. I don't know. A pointless word. I guess it's a word. I guess. The creator of this game is I think Japanese, so yeah. I'm not sure where to go now. As there's no... Oh, there it is. I see where to go. There are 2 more spots there with dialogue. Like there's this one here, and there's this one over there. What does this one say? I look around, but I've lost sight of her. I need to keep searching. There you go. I think I've been here. No sight of her this way either. Maybe she went to the station. Oh. Maybe she went to the station. Maybe. So let's go to the station. Which is over there, right? I'm walking on the railroad. Not probably the safest. Here's the most efficient. Anything here? No. Anything right here? There it is. I can't see her at the station either. Where did she go? Welcome back, Mr. Dark Lion. Happy to see you. I think you're a little bit busy with work, right? So yeah, no worries if you want, of course. Just sit down, chill, relax. Oh. You meant to go for a cycle today, but had a bit of a sore headache. I also woke up with a headache, but that's okay. What do you normally do to get rid of the headache? Do you just have some aspirin? You just drink plenty of water, or do you just, wait it out? It looks like Yukiko made a call from here, but no one picked up. Made a call from here, but no one picked up. So many meetings today. You're tired. You have finished all. I guess that's it for today, huh? Nice work, good sir. Grin and bear it. Yeah. I hope this headache fucks off. Sooner than later. If it's really bad, you'll take something. Normally, you just don't. Yeah, same with me. As I think most of the headache that I have, I just wait it out. As I generally just hate taking medication if my body, can just deal with it normally. I just wait it out. Yeah, it's painful, but that's what I usually do. Try to stretch sometimes, making body moving helping too. That's a good. I'll remember that. I'll remember that. Whenever she got upset as a child, she always used to hide in the bamboo grove next to the temple. So right here. This is the bamboo grove. Next to the temple. Oh, so up there. This is the temple. So I think I go up, right? No, this is a shrine, not a temple. Oops. Where is the temple? Oh, something's burning here. Can you repeat that? The bamboo grove next to the temple. Next to the temple. I don't think I've seen a temple. I heard some people say that you put your feet you put your feet in hot water, right? Like I think I heard, yeah, I heard some people say, yeah, you do that um to help out with the headache. I'm not sure though. Oh, these are bamboo stakes, but there's nothing. Derp. Isn't that face just lovely? Look at him. Very lovely indeed. Where are the bamboo sticks? God damn it. I mean, fuck. These are blues. Next to the temple. What fucking temple? My boy. What do you mean? Explain. I am lost. I need help. I need help. This is not good. I mean, it's probably just that I'm very, very blind. I do think that it is actually up there. Let me tell you something, boy. Fine. I'm wanna go up. Whoa. Well, be glad that you survived the meetings. No matter how, lengthy they were, no matter how headache-inducing, those meetings were, you made it. I wonder if I've missed something very, 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 very particular. Because this thing says that whenever she got upset as a child, she always used to hide in the bamboo grove next to the temple. Well, the question is if there's as these are bamboos, but nothing's here, as you can see. Question is, where's the temple? I was about to say, yeah, where is the temple? Because I don't think they told us about any temple. Well, search for the bamboos, I guess. Which I already can see the bamboos. Bamboo. Bamboo. Problem is the temple. Okay, where is the temple? But you need to search for the bamboo. Okay, where's the temple, game? It's where the bamboo grove is. Okay, where's the bamboo grove? Next to the temple. Huh? What do you mean? Here it is. Got it. Where is the temple? What? Where is the temple? Is this a temple? Do you call this a temple? She's walking towards the ocean, tears flowing down her cheeks. Walking towards the ocean? Towards the ocean? So she's going here? And then there? Because that over there, that's the ocean. This is the ocean. She didn't quite reach there yet. Just like somewhere here. Edie. What? Hello. Hello. Oh. Doop. Maybe this is the spot she talked about, where she would come to sketch and get away from her father. She continues to walk forward, unsteady on her feet. Maybe she's imagining herself flying on those wings she was promised. In the distance, I see the train depart at the station and start to pick up speed. Yukiko still isn't looking ahead of herself. All she can see is the future that's now lost to her. Nothing more. Before I even realize that the train is right there. It's approaching at high speed. Everything is smothered by its clattering for one instant of action. I said that very funny. The oncoming train hits The oncoming train hits her, sending her body flying through the air as though she really has grown incredible wings. Oh God. It's strange how beautiful I think she looks in that moment. I don't know if this was born from her self-destructive impulse, but of course, she doesn't actually have wings. crumples back to the ground once. Almost at once. Blood pools around her. The train carries on, no one aboard aware of what happened. Then a dark word lingers for a long time. Eventually, someone living nearby notices her lying there. People start to panic at once, calling for an ambulance. The nurse from the school rushes to the scene. There's no sign of her father in the crowd. She is placed on a stretcher and carried off toward the station. I can't believe it. All because her father ripped up her ticket. This surely isn't what he wanted to happen. Reeling from this tragic turn of events, I decide to head towards the station and see how everything finally plays off. Jesus Christ, she got hit. Well, I was afraid something might happen like that. Well, something like that happened. Oh, poor daughter. She just wanted the drawing. People from all the town gathered in front of the station. They all have serious faces. I hear them mention a funeral. Oh God, she died. Oh no. Oh, I skipped that. I can't go back. Fuck. Oh. People from around. There you go. She did pass away. The accident killed her. I gripped my hands, almost unable to bear it. But no. I listened more, and it seems a man has died. Her father. He had been sick for a long time, but never went to the doctor and then suddenly collapsed. Oh God. His daughter survived and was discharged from hospital a while ago, but severed all ties with her father and never returned to Natsugiri. One of the people comments that with her father having destroyed her dreams of studying overseas, Yukiko probably won't ever return for the funeral. I'm unable to withstand the pain of this reality and shake my head from side to side until the real war fades away. How did it all come to this? The gossiping people and their gossip. Wait, the gossiping people and their gossiping voices fade, and the empty Natsukiri reappears to me. I realize I still have the plane ticket in my hand. It's the one that fell onto the floor when the three of them were talking in the house. In the world, I just saw the father found this and ripped it up. So what if we had never found it? And there it is, the sound of a railway crossing. And I mean to ride the train again. You probably can hear this from the AC. With this ticket in hand, am I meant to save this sad world? You're probably gonna make it worse. Miss Lynn! Hello. How was Monster Hunter? There you go. I think Platty stopped by, and you did stop by at Vadim's. Yeah. You had fun? Hell yeah. That's lovely to hear. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful time. Well, it's time to change the outcome, I guess. Come on, boy. Let's go. How am I doing? Wonderful. I got this game for free from keymailer, and yeah, I'm just having fun, reading this to chat so no one has to read. Oh my god! Flashburn! All is good. How's everybody in chat? Lynn is asking. Yeah. I hope you and Mr. Platty, are just chilling today after Monster Hunter. Ooh. So, where do I go now that I have... Oh. How did I pass this? Another scene for the real world appears to pour me. Yukiko has a bag that looks too big for her over one shoulder and is dragging a trunk behind her. She's walking around the station, looking all around with an anxious expression on her face. We are about to start chilling? Hell yeah! I've been asking him lots of silly questions in Dutch. That's good. That's how you learn Dutch, is by, speaking to a... No. He's not Dutch. People from Belgium are not Dutch. They are... what are they called? He's Belgian. There you go. Yeah, people from Belgium are Belgian. There you go. Duh. Jesus fucking Christ. Vadim is amazing? Fuck yeah, he is. He's an amazing friend. The amazing friend man. Spider-Man? Nah. He has nothing on him. It's just the truth. They have 3 languages. I know they speak Dutch. And I know they speak, what's it called? Flemish? And what is the third language? I only know Dutch and Flemish. Flemish and French. Gotcha. Dutch, French, Flemish. There you go. Wait, is Flemish just a dialect from Dutch? Look, I really don't know about these, so educate me, please. Please. I never knew that French is actually a language in Belgium. Interesting, very interesting. Flemish is kind of like American English to English English. Okay, gotcha. You have the French half of Belgium and the Flemish half. Mr. Platty knows Flemish, I guess, and... Remind me to ask him, actually. If he knows if he knows French as well. Is he trying to learn? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I love it when the couple are trying to learn each other's, languages. Oh, speak of the devil, there he is. Hey, Mr. Platty, how are you doing? You're not the devil, by the way. And a small weird German dialect towards that border. German dialect? My oh my. French, Flemish, and there's like a little bit of German as well. Interesting. Gossiping about... Hey, look. I didn't say anything. Miss Lynn just said that she's, learning a little bit of Dutch. She's been asking you silly questions, so I, naturally started talking about you. It was like, oh, he's not Dutch, he's Belgian. Yeah, we were talking about how amazing you are. That's it. Dutch, French, and German. Just check Wikipedia. All right, all right. So 3 languages, yeah. Weird questions? Hey, the best kind of questions are weird questions. And who's better to ask that from your, other than your, you know, other than your partner? Well, I mean, what could be a weird question? Okay, what could be a weird question? Come on. See, you can't even say any. Flemish people understand Dutch fine, but the Dutchies have more issues with us if we don't mind our dialect. Oh. It's like saying that Scottish people can understand American English, but Americans like have hard time understanding Scottish English because of the dialect. Okay, gotcha. You asked him if he had a boat. That's normal, right? Or if he was sick, tired. That's normal, see? Or like the French and the Canadian. The French and French Canadian. Got it. Yeah, that's a plus for you. You know, whenever you get mad about the Dutch, you can just talk in Flemish and they won't understand shit. It's more than dialect we're using. Scots in English. Scots being a sister language to English. Gotcha. You have problems understanding Portuguese. It's your primary language. Uh, I have troubles understanding English, and I'm very, very fluent in English. Sometimes I even read like words very wrong, and I just continue with it until somebody points it out. It's like, thir, what is that supposed to mean? I'm like, thawi. That's alright, of course. Making mistakes is just part of getting better, you know? I don't mind, like, anybody correcting me. It's like, oh, you're supposed to say it like this. You know what I mean? That sounds to Germans like a clown's version of German. Did I offend your dog sometime? Nah. You didn't say anything wrong. Yeah, it's alright. Like, I don't think I get offended by anything anyways. It's alright. We're playing a game. You know that. All the meetings are finished. She's back from Tokyo. And the time to depart is almost at hand. She's got all her things packed up and come to the station. But with one caveat. She can't find her plane ticket. She's asking all the people around if they've seen it. A piece of paper, her precious ticket. Then she's in the phone box, perhaps calling the man from Tokyo organization, but she can't seem to reach him. With a prayer on my lips, I take the ticket in my hand and place it on the edge of the bench. She comes over and slumps down to the bench, shaking her head, unsure what to do next. Then she looks at the side and finds the ticket that I just put down. Her eyes widen and she reaches out for it. Scott's words have changed and it's not a prevalent, sadly. I can understand Scottish, actually. Because, well, that's what, having Scottish friends is. It pays off. Meowdy, yo, janitor, welcome back, of course. How are you doing? I've already asked, but I'm gonna ask again. And now you have no other choice but to answer again. See? Hmm. Whatever is this doing here? That's a weird sentence. She can't believe it. She traces her name with her finger and making sure it's actually her own ticket. I lost it. I'm sure it was lost. Of course. After telling my father that day, I dashed out of my house with the bag still open. Then I came to the station to head to the meeting in Tokyo. The ticket must have dropped out then. This is a quiet station, so it's just been sitting here the whole time. Her expression brightens as she explains the situation to herself. I found it! Thank you for your help! She speaks loudly to the station staff and the old couple waiting at the bus stop. The old lady smiles happily, taking her hand and telling her to be careful on the travels. She asks if Yukiko will be back in the future. She shows the girl is going very far away. Hello. Did I miss? So we have Scottish, Gaelic, Scots, BSL, Scots. Wait. Scottish Gaelic, Scots. What's BSL? And English are the four official languages of. It's Gaelic, not Gaelic. Yes, I think it's Gaelic, not Gaelic, because I think Gaelic is Irish. Right. I'm a little bit behind. Hold on. British Sign Language is BSL is one of the four. Gotcha. British Sign Language. Gotcha. You also have four? Oh my. This means that you have Flemish, French, German, and BSL. British Sign Language. I think. Not garlic, garlic. Like garlic. Can't not garlic. It's garlic. We were mid hunting, giggling, hearing your aid excitement. Oh. Well, we won't have BS. Our form of sign language. Interesting. Me too. I think I'm only aware of the ASL, which is the American Sign Language, as I don't know any other sign language. Somebody made some ridiculously spicy noodles. Well, I hope that the tummy doesn't. Oh boy. There's gonna be a violent reaction in the tummy. Sign language is not something I had to deal with before. No, me neither, really. I still don't know what sign language is because, well, it would be cool to learn it, but very hard. Scottish Gaelic is obviously a language that was brought in by Irish, and Scots is a sister language that stems from Germanic origin. Gotcha. This language talk is just amazing. It's good. It's very good that I'm stopped reading. I'd like to learn sign language, but Flemish first. Then we move when we move on. Yeah, Platty. Well, Platty's not gonna. Platty's gonna be surprised when you talk Flemish with him. You're like, why are you so fluent? Gaelic is a Celtic language. Well, not a Celtic language, I would say. I know that Gaelic is between Ireland and Scotland. That's all. Yeah, they are from the Celtic, but I don't think the other Celtic countries talk or speak it. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. No, I doubt it. After I graduate, I'm planning on living over there. I'll find work there too. I probably won't be back until I'm really settled in. But please write. The old lady gives a worry, witty, chuckle, witty, WRY, chuckle, commenting on how there isn't much there, and that she probably won't want to see her stubborn old father either. Yukiko responds by casting her eyes downward, silently accepting this. Feels to me like she may never return. Her heart is filled with relief at finding the ticket. Hope for her studies abroad, the release of escaping from her father, and her dreams of meeting up with the man from the organization once she gets to her destination. She proudly climbs aboard the almost deserted train, trunk and all, and leaves Natsuguri behind. I've no idea if she will succeed overseas. She hasn't made up with her father prior to her departure, and she may even get another chance to repair that relationship. But having finally obtained her wings, she flies freely into the sky. A sky where huge clouds and a deep, merciless, massive blue spreads before her. Right? But ah, it's that Ireland, the Irish brought the language to Scotland. Gotcha. Racha. Well, what do I do now? Anything here? No. Oh. There are some older ladies standing around talking in front of the station. Maybe I can hear something about Yukiko's time overseas. A friend in Tokyo happened to tell me, pure coincidence, there's that man in the suit who was around here. From that overseas study group. He came with Yukiko a few times, right? A friend of mine knows him. Or knows of him, at least. She said he's quite the playboy. Every time she sees him, he has a different woman on his arm, apparently. What? I hear more gossipy voices. Someone else in the crowd suddenly points. Hey, look over there! So how is the game? This game talks about. There's no talking about this game. This game is all about reading. It's just different stories about people that used to live in this town, and it's empty. Look, I've been literally reading a lot that I have no idea what I read last chapter. uh, the amount of reading in this needs patience and passion for reading itself. The history of languages can be interesting. It is interesting, actually. One language that you guys should really be, interested in is my native language, Arabic. It's one of very, 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 interesting languages that you read from right to left. Oh, yeah. What is it called? The calligraphy? Calligraphy of Arabic is beautiful. Fucking beautiful. I think that's how it's called, calligraphy, which is the art of... I don't know. Calligraphy. Is it calligraphy or not? I'm literally now. Calligraphy. Calligraphy. A visual art related to writing. Yeah, I was right. Don't most Asians, if not all Asian languages, do that? No, I don't think so myself. There's only two languages that I really know that they write from right to left, which is Arabic and Persian. Chinese is right to left. Are you sure? Calligraphy. Let's see. Do Chinese write from right to left? Traditionally, written Chinese, Vietnamese, Korean, and Japanese are written vertically in columns going from top to bottom and ordered from right to left. They write from top to bottom? I mean, yeah. Horizontally. Interesting. I never knew that, actually, Mr. Platty. Can you say something in Arabic that sounds as nice as it looks? Give me a sentence. Mr. Unknown, you speak Arabic, English, any other languages? No, really, no other languages. As for me personally, I find it really hard to learn or occupy another language other than English. I do know some words in Finnish. I would say that's my close third language. I'm not fluent at all in Finnish, by the way. Not fluent at all. But I just, from just listening to Elle, what she says, and then my Instagram, thank you Elle, by the way, my Instagram is filled with Finnish reels, so yeah. It's amazing. This is a close third. And Japanese, okay, so Chinese, Korean, Vietnamese, Japanese, and Chinese that they write from right to left. Feel like I came in and derailed your stream with language talk? No! Don't feel sorry for starting a conversation here. Literally. And you're not derailing anything. You're only making this chat more interesting. No sorry for that. No apologizing for that. Platty, tell her. I don't know, just tell her. What to tell her? I don't know. Hit us with a Flemish. Calligraphy is cool. Calligraphy is cool too. Yeah, it is cool. It's still huge in Japan. It is huge in here as well. I've seen someone write such beautiful, beautiful handwriting using calligraphy in Arabic. They look so good, and you have no idea what he read, what he wrote, but it looks so good. But avoid at any cost if anybody tells you to read, because you can't fucking read it. It just looks beautiful, okay? That's it. With brush and an ink. Oh, love it. Love it. Hey, look! Reading! Everyone turns to look towards the bridge. It's Yukiko's father. He's walking towards the station with a dazed look on his face. I'm glad to see he seems to be clinging on in this world. But he doesn't look to be in top condition. The sickness is probably probably close to taking him. The gossips say nothing. Embarrassed looks on their faces, just waiting for the man to pass by. But he comes up and oops. But he comes up and speaks to them, his voice dry and raspy. She's left, has she? I don't know if that's raspy or not, but hey yo. He asks, yes, I told her to go do her best. One of them replies, you saw her off. That's good then. She's a lonely child like me, boy. Now he's gonna talk like that. He looks at the empty, quiet platform for a moment, and the toter's off on unsteady feet again. His retreating back looks so bad. In the world before I hid the tickets, he was a terrible father who crushed his daughter's dream. But something nags at me. He crosses the bridge and heads away again. I decide to follow after him. The bridge. Is it this bridge? There it is. It's this bridge. He walked towards the ocean. Oh no. It's where his daughter used to be. I don't want you to cry and throw yourself in front of the train. Please. Dad. The old man crosses the tracks and then takes a look around, a little puzzled before I change things. This is the spot where his daughter was hit by the train. The old man stares blankly into the air, eyes unfocused, but looking exactly at the space where his daughter was sent flying by the train. Maybe he's momentarily being affected by something from another world. He snaps back to himself and continues on towards the 6 Gizo statues. Gizo or Gizo? Gizo! I hope I spelled them right. The old man stops in front of the Gizo statues. Or Gizo. Or Yizo. I'm not sure. I have no idea. It looks like he's looking into some distant world again. I remember the stories behind the 6 Yizo. When people are reborn, they are placed into one of the 6 worlds. It might the human world. It might the human world? It might the human world. Well, you forgot to put something. Or a hell-like place, or heaven. Wherever someone is born, however, their soul cannot escape from the pain and suffering. The 6 Yizo are the ones who save those souls from their pain, with the one for each of the possible 6 worlds. I realize he has placed his hands what it looks like a small pile of stones at the side of the statue. It seems to be something he has a close attachment with. He starts to cry, softly, keeping his sobs quiet. Yes, everything has left me. He seems to be changing voices as well. I don't know. That's what he mutters. Yukiko had talked about how her father had lost his own parents and his wife when he was still young himself. Maybe that pile of stone is for someone from his family. Everyone he loves leaving him behind. That can be an easy life. Maybe he is here cursing these Yizo for the fate he has had to lead. Or maybe he is begging for their aid. I watch the old man standing withered by the sea breeze. Jesus Christ. Stop it. Then the memories from the real world cut out. I became my own empty Natsukiri. Having witnessed memories from the real world and getting involved again, I took back the plane tickets from that stubborn, sad old man and helped his daughter to make her dream come true. Maybe she'll never know about that suit philandering ways, or have a chance for an open and honest discussion with her father. Even so, that has to be better than a world of despair for all, with her having to give up on her dream so close to its realization. I have to believe that, and believing it is the only thing I can do. I gotta believe. I stand here for a long time. Another failure to return to my own world, and another failure to find a common memory with the people of Natsukiri. My hands start to feel strange, and I bring them up to my face. They are both semi-transparent. I can see the grass on the ground behind them. I squeeze my eyes tightly closed and then open them again to see my hands are back to normal. What's the meaning of this then? It's like my body is fading away. Is this how I will return to my own world? Or if I don't hurry up, will I vanish completely? If I'm going to vanish though, where will I go next? Into the light? Or merge into the darkness? I don't know. Well, he's starting to lose his mind. And I'm fading. I'm back in the heavy, oppressive, cold depths of the ocean. I move my hand and legs in desperation. I wanted to return to the light. The chaos I create by thrashing around does create some light. Just a moment, but that soon vanishes into the darkness again. But the hollow emptiness around me is just going to swallow everything. What's the point in even realizing or resisting? What's the point in craving illumination? What lies beyond my intervention in the world of the people of Natsukiri? If I want answers from the heavy, cold depths around me, it doesn't seem like I'm going to get things. Memory fragment 2 complete. Alright, that's another people's voices, the sounds of everyday life, the sound of trains, the sound of cars. I'm cast back into a world where none of these exist. It almost feels like I'm back at square one. I've seen fragments of the memories of the people of Natsukiri, but I still don't know why I've been sent into the world. When I think of the possibility of vanishing without even knowing who I am, fear grips me again. Why have I wandered into this world? Why can't I see these things that happen in Natsukiri? Why am I being shown them? Why am I being shown them? Wrong word, but okay. I wonder how they are connected. This is a long stream from me. Nominated for Narrator of the Year. I didn't know there was gonna be a lot of reading involved. It's okay. Doesn't matter. I'll still read. I'll still play. We gotta finish the game. Keymailer was very kind to me to send me a code, and I will do my duty and, play the game. Plus, the story is interesting. Come on. The story is interesting. I want to know the culmination. I want to know the end. I want to see what happens to this person. If he's going to fade or he's going to get back to reality. If he's going to die or he's going to live. If he's going to get back to his own world or be stuck here forever. Is he going to... Yeah. I'm doing a fabulous job. Thank you, Miss Lynn. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate the kind words. Appreciate it. Thank you, Platypus. Thank you for pointing up to what Lynn has said. Plus, yeah, from the janitor. Yeah. I consider the possibility that I'm the girl I just saw, or maybe someone else. Have I misgendered her all this time? I'm sorry. I guess I'll be banned now. I'm sorry. I'll get cancelled now. I look at my hands and my body. Nothing comes to me. Nothing clicks. Am I really a part of this reality I keep being shown? If I saw myself, would I even know it was me? If I'm not one of these people, then who am I? As I ponder all these things, I look over towards the port and feel like I see something shining there. I would better go check that out next. Well, I forgot what I just literally read. Something pondering? Who's pounding? Oh no, I'm gonna be lost. No. Well, something is pondering, whatever that is. Here? I have to search for where the next dialogue starts, but I don't know. I gotta say the music is very catchy in here as well. Not bad. So I'm done with the hoose here. There's no hoose. But where do I go now? There's smoking here. Who's smoking? You can get up, right? There you go. Hello? Anybody have seen, I don't know, a white glowy thingy? Oh, nice pop in. I don't know where to go. I'm looking for anything that's glowing on the ground. This is where the next set of dialogue are. It must be here somewhere. There must be a back door somewhere. So I finished the dialogues back. Well, I think it has to be close to where I finished the previous chapter in. It was where I aimlessly wander, until I see my next destination point. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna run around like a headless chicken. So I finished the dialogue right here. Anything here? Anything right here? No. Where do you want me to go, game? Is that a shark? Nope. I don't know where to go. I'm completely lost. Hello? Game? Can you show me the way? Game? I don't know where to go look. Well, if anybody wants to help, go ahead and help. I have no idea what to do or where to go. What's up in here? Never been here before, so interesting. Oh, alright. At the waterline, there's something bobbing in the water, caught up in the seaweed. It's an old-fashioned glass bottle, tightly sealed. I wonder where this has washed in from. I peer into the glass and see a scrap of paper inside. I pick up the bottle and struggle for a moment, but eventually get it open. The inside of the bottle is damp and narrow for my fingers. The paper inside is stuck to the bottom of the bottle, but I eventually extract it and spread it out. The message is short, but not necessarily to the point. I seal my terrible suspicion inside this bottle and commit to the ocean. That's all it says. I wonder what that might mean. A terrible suspicion? What suspicion did this person have? There really isn't anything other than that written on the paper. Maybe this is an important piece of information, but holding the bottle and the paper doesn't bring any new visions. Yet I still believe this to be the other objects I've seen so far. Something that will lead me to sights and events from reality. I turn around beyond the bamboo grove by the pond. I see the next light. maybe will tell me about the person who wrote this note. So, beyond the bamboo grove by the pond, you see the next light. Okay. So we turn around. There's the next set of bamboo by the pond, which is this one. Right? But don't tell me I have to go there. Hell no. Oh, there's a pond here. I don't see any light. You light? The wild barking of a dog shakes the surface of the quiet pond. I can also hear the voices of a number of kids shouting things at the dog. The kind of teasing voices that only children use, laughing but mocking. Go on! Do it! Bite him, outsider! Outsider? What does that mean? What does it say? The scary looking, slobbering brown dog slowly advances, growling as it moves towards another boy who is standing alone. The boy drops onto his behind. Oh dear. Oh dear. You can't get away. Oh, yes, you can. You can't get away. The boy who is... Wait. The boy who is about to be attacked looks different somehow from these countryside kids. Maybe he's recently moved here from the city. The dog speeds up, closing the distance more rapidly, but moments before it's going leap onto the boy. The word structuring here needs to be fixed. A stone flies through the air and hits the dog on the back. Unsure what happened, the dog whimpers back to the kids who unleashed it. Mr. Pro Gamer. Known as the goat off Twitch? No, you're the goat off Twitch. You great person, you. Why are there What the fuck is that? I'm pretty sure I didn't say that. Mr. Slice? Holy shit. How are you doing, sir? Hope you're doing good. Welcome in, welcome in. Hope you are having a wonderful, wonderful day. You hate word structure too? When it doesn't flow, it just doesn't flow. I know. You immediately know that there's something wrong with it when you read it. Even though you have to excuse the developer because English is not their first language, but oh well, oh well. How are you, my good sir? Happy Tuesday. Everyone turns around to see a tatered looking, unshaven vagrant of a middle-aged man standing there. The kids with the dog look at each other. Oh crap! We're in for it now! It's the werewolf! Run for it! With that, the kids all scatter, taking the dog with them. The ragged man moves over to the remaining boy, who finally stands up and brushes the dirt off the seat of his pants. What was that about, kid? The man looks at the boy intently. You had a dental mishap yesterday. Was on your third bite of lunch when you bit off when you bit full force into a big piece of bone. Oh God. Oh Lord Almighty. A tooth splintered instantly, so you had to go fix it today. Oh dear. Not the easiest operation, but at least you can eat again. Oh, everything is good. Okay, that's good to hear. Uh, I understand having a chipped tooth. It's not a pleasant thing where you literally can't eat on that tooth anymore until you get it fixed. Jesus. I'm glad that you got it fixed, of course. Uh, I'm glad that your teeth are healthy again. Tooth, should I say. Oh my God. Being an outsider, sticking out, that's not an easy thing in a place like this. The way he says it's hard to place it as a comment to himself or something directly at the boy. If you've nothing better to do, come back to my place. The boy hesitates for a moment. Do you mean the haunted house? It sounds like the man has a house after all, but it must look like a lot like him if the kids all think it's haunted. Yeah, that's what the kids call it. I've got some watermelon ripe and ready from my plot. There's too much for me to eat alone, but everyone says the food from the house is poison. Oh dear. You've had a few shattered teeth in the past few years. This time the entire wall of the tooth shattered, so Jesus. So the nerve was visible, but that wasn't too pleasant. I'm just happy that you actually didn't procrastinate and, immediately took action upon that. And you actually went and fixed your tooth. Nice work, man. You can eat again on that tooth, I guess. Whew. That does sound very unpleasant, though, I might say. Very unpleasant. I mean, just reading that myself, yeah, that does actually, oh my God. Oh my God. It sounds, yeah, unpleasant. Whew. You know what I mean. Yeah, it is just bad luck. It's all good. I'm glad that it's all good for you and you had it fixed. Try to do dental stuff immediately, not afraid, anxious about the dentist, unlike your brother and sister who either won't go or need to be sedated before going. Yeah. Her, like, I would really see why some people are afraid of some dental work. I would really be, very afraid of that. Oof. Oh. I'm a big boy. You're a big boy, Mr. Slice. And I heard that dental is Is dental work relatively cheap in Finland? It isn't too comfy. Me personally, I've never been into a dental, but trust me, I've been into worse. I've been into worse. Now they're having a toothache. Your teeth are very, very precious, and you have to keep them safe at all times. Expected 100 or 200 euro bill from this visit. Oh my. Oh my. Yeah, at least you're not. At least it's not like America. America's just like holy shit. It is. Like horribly expensive there. Like very, very expensive. Oh my god. I'll be honest with you, everybody. I'm literally, have no breath in me anymore. I was like, I don't think I could read. We'll just read this and then we'll probably call it off. Ha! If you're going to believe those dumb kids, forget it. The man spits that out and turns to leave. The boy stands still for a moment and then runs after him. That's where the scene ends. The man, the boy, and the letter I found in bottle. I wonder how they all are connected. Interesting. How are they all connected? Indeed. Now we're gonna go here. Let me see. Let's see. Let us see. Yep. That's it for today, I guess. I wonder if this actually autosaves or not. Return to screen. And this is a return to screen? Yep. So there is like a mode here where it says you start either a new game or you continue. Nice word, nice word. There's also a free mode where you can actually just discover the whole area. Yeah, let us see. Let us see. Welcome to free mode. In this mode, you are free to explore the world and even ride the train. Controls can be... Yeah, we already know that. You can also find Natsukiri notes scattered around the town, providing insights into the Showa period of Japan. What is the Showa period? Or secrets about Natsukiri in particular. Take a look and see if you can find them all. Oh, the game actually encourages you to go. Hey, go ahead and explore. There are things there. Can you find them? Rain period. I'm not sure like what it is exactly. Oh boy, I like went over that. How? Bright peace Showa period in Japan history, the period from 1926 to 1989. Oh, so that's a 63 years period, corresponding to the reign of the Emperor Hirohito. The two Chinese characters kanji and the name Showa translate as bright peace in Japan. Interesting. It corresponds to the reign of the Emperor Hirohito. It's how Japan changed after the Second World War, you think. World War II happened in the 19... When did World War II happen? Because I know World War One happened between 1914 and 1918. Yeah, reign period. You are actually correct, Forcion. You are actually correct, yeah. Like, for example, right here. Nasugiri Note 23. The station building. Nasugiri Station sees infrequent passengers and infrequent trains today. But when the railroad first opened, the town over the railroad crossing was to grow so large. And while Nasugiri Port was small, it did have a regular ferries, not furries, actually making the station reasonably busy and bustling. Its construction is simple, just a waiting room and office for the staff, but across its long history, this place must have seen the returns, departure, meeting, and farewells of so many different people. Okay. Second World War in 1945. Okay. So it's before, during, and after World War II. It's literally before, during, and after. Yeah. Then why it was called a Bright Peace then? Yeah. Interesting. I might look into that. That's actually very, very nice. As you can see here, there are notes to read, like this one right here. It talks about this book. There are there are a lot of notes that once you read them all, yeah, you're set to go. This is just the lore of this town, I guess. A store selling new books is found over the railway crossing and onto town. This place only sells old books which have long been the passion of the owner. Even the lineup of books is skewed by the owner's taste, creating a collection quite eclectic in nature. It includes fantastical novels from a variety of no-name authors, books about secrets, locates, legends from around the world, travelogues, and tales of horror from the Edo period, books in various reigns. I don't know anything about history. That's why I don't understand the periods, or like of Japan, like the Edo, or the one that we've discussed right now is the Showa period. I'm not sure what these are. Books in various foreign languages that the owner can't even read. Compilations of magazines that skip over certain issues and academic text on the topic of foreign art. It goes without saying that the story has very few customers and has more become something of a personal library for owners. As you can see here, the train keeps on going. I don't know why. There's like a lot of things here to read if you want to know about the lore. And the time is 10:10. And it doesn't change. Or maybe 10:11. I don't know. Interesting. Japan has a lot of periods. I would assume, yeah. Like, holy shit. Yeah. The Edo period refers to the years from 1603 until 1868. That's like over 200 years. When the Tokugawa family ruled Japan. The era is named after the city of Edo, modern-day Tokyo, where the Tokugawa shogunate had its government. Wow. That's very, very fucking interesting. Uh-oh. The Edo period. Okay. That's it, everybody. That's this game has been fun, and It's been very, very fun to play it, and it's very, very fun to actually read. Yeah, it was a very different game, and it has no voice acting, so you're gonna have to do all the reading. It was very interesting to learn about the story of the boy who drowned, the story of the lady who went overseas for the art school. It was very, very interesting. I love this game. I love this game so much. Such fantastic. Yeah, thank you everybody for joining me. I appreciate it. I really appreciate, even though this has been something different. All right, but it's been fun. Thank you again to Keymailer for giving me a review key for this game. I loved it very much. It's been, yeah, it's different. And I loved it very much. So far, if you're someone who likes reading, if you're someone who enjoys just a nice music in the background and love to know the stories of, like, let's say the background and the stories of people in this town, yeah, go ahead, pick up this game, go for it. Anyways, everybody, thank you very much for joining me again. We're just gonna call it off here. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna continue on with Spyro. You know. Hello from a lurker. Hello from the streamer tags. Thank you, Platty. Appreciate you stopping by, man. I really appreciate it. And to Janitor. And thank you to you too, Dark Lion. Thank you everybody who's lurking. You know. Have a good evening, everybody. Uncle Adi, that's the amazing text right there. That's the amazing text, man. Yeah, we just gotta call it off here. Everybody, have a wonderful rest of your day. Be safe, be sound, stay cool, stay positive. See you next time. Peace.